You gonna pay niggas. My bitch fuck it. We just gonna have to blitz this nigga, fuck it.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Black 80! 11.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Black 80! Black! Come on. Go ahead.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Well, Raheem Mostert, he was great in that NFC title game, 220 yards, but Super Bowl, 58 yards on 12 carries, though he did score the touchdown in the 3rd quarter to put the Niners up 20-10.
And think about the journey of Raheem Mostert and what he's traveled, that he has a 220-yard game, 4 touchdowns in the NFC title game that you just mentioned.
That shit
But only
crazy.
getting 12 carries in the Super Bowl, I don't think in his wildest dreams he would have thought, I only got 12 carries in the Super Bowl? That tells you how valuable he became and what people will focus on. And don't forget Tevin Coleman, the great comeback from the dislocated shoulder against Green Bay in the title game. 5 carries, 28 yards in the Super Bowl, came back to start that game, showed a great amount of toughness, but they didn't run it nearly as much as we expected, and they ended up with a result that maybe was unexpected too, a loss in the Super Bowl.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Mostert. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Let's go. 13. Hey, orbit.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
What the fuck? That's a pick, man.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Because he said the camera angle was fucked up.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second
I've
and a
seen
couple.
everything he's seen, though, son.
On the ground, it's Cook. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now Cook, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Anthony Harris on the tackle. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
11.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Man, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trailed 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Quaker Omaha! Go, go! Check 52!
Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go!
Take over 1st down team at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go,
The
here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, gun. Spawn. 21.
Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Here we go.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
21.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Here we go.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
21. Crunch.
They'll throw now on the final play. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up? that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield.
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Wide, get wide.
They run, Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On second down, it's Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On third down, Cousins. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Taking a shot for Samuel, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
This is Coleman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They will run again with Coleman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Here's Mostert. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
End of the third quarter with the score all time.
Bro, you know I'm getting cut back. Yeah.
Here we go. 180. 54. 54.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 14-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Cousins on target to Diggs.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Vikings.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, Ken. 61. Matchbox lights. Shift.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to the ground. Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd down. Now a run with Cook. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st. And he'll get in! Touchdown, Minnesota! Taking it in from 2 yards out as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Here we go,
Here's
here we go.
2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Shamar Stephen breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. To throw is Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Garoppolo looks to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman.
Oh, my God!
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Now Mostert. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On second down, it's Coleman. And an alley to run.
Shit, nigga. Give a fuck, nigga.